Good morning, my students. Today is a listening lesson, part 3, page 47. Our lesson is about the skyscraper money box. Please read these questions carefully, then answer them very well after listening to a conversation. What was Jimmy angry and worried about? What did Tim want to do after school? Did Jamie agree? What fell out of Paul's pocket? Who stole the money? I will remind you with lesson number 1, part 1. We talked about these characters: Paul, the jealous brother; Jamie, the one who has the gift of 20 pounds note from Uncle Bob, and this is Uncle Bob. So this is Paul, this is Jamie, and this is Uncle Bob. Uncle Bob came one day and gave um, a note of 20 pounds for Jamie. Jamie wanted to buy an electric guitar, and his brother Paul felt jealous. And you studied in part 2, that Tim house and they played together, and Tim ate sandwiches and some juice there, but afterwards Jimmy lost his money, and the skyscraper money box was empty. He lost the money. He thought that Tim was the thief. I will let you listen to part 3 to know who is the real thief. Here in part 3, you will see who is the real thief and what happened. Let's listen to the CD to know what happened with him.
Pupils Book, Unit 3, page 47. Listening. Activity 2. Look, listen and read. Skyscraper Money Box, Part 3. Do you remember? Jamie wanted to buy an electric guitar. When Uncle Bob gave him £20 for his birthday, he had enough money to buy it. Jamie kept all his money in his skyscraper money box. There was a new boy at school. His name was Tim. He came to Jamie's house to play after school. When Tim went home, Jamie found that his money box was empty. The next day, Jamie walked to school. He was angry and worried about the missing money.
What should I do? Should I tell Mum and Dad? I don't know if Tim took the money.
In class, Jamie didn't sit near Tim. At break time in the playground, Jamie didn't speak to Tim. After school, Jamie was walking home when Tim ran up to him.
Hey, Jamie, can I come to your house? No, not today, sorry.
On Sunday, Jamie went to the mall with his mum and his brother Paul. They walked past the music shop. There were guitars and drums and CDs in the window.
I'm going to buy a CD.
I'll come with you.
Jamie's mother stayed outside the shop. She wasn't interested in pop music.
I'll wait here. The music's too loud in that shop.
Paul was choosing his CD. Jamie was looking at the electric guitars.
Wow, These guitars are made in the USA. They look fantastic. Oh, too expensive for me.
Paul paid for his CD.
He said he had no money.
Just then, something fell out of Paul's pocket and fell slowly to the ground. It was a piece of paper. Jamie picked up the piece of paper.
Paul, you've dropped something.
Jamie looked at the piece of paper. He couldn't believe his eyes.
Happy birthday, Jamie! With love from Uncle Bob. This is my £20 note. It wasn't Tim who stole my money. It was you.
I didn't steal it. I just borrowed it. I plan to give it back.
I don't believe you, and I'm going to tell Mum all about it. Mum!
Paul, this is terrible. What were you thinking? I'm very, very angry. I must speak to your father about this, and I know that he will be very angry too. Really? I can't believe it.
At school the next day, Jamie saw Tim in the playground. He was standing all alone and looked sad.
Poor Tim. I was awful to him.
Jamie walked over to Tim.
Hey, Tim. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Do you want to come to my house after school? We can play that computer game again. Really? Okay, then. But I'm telling you now, I'm going to win this time. What? You will never win. Oh, yes, I will. Oh, no, you won't. I'm telling you, I will. I'm telling you, you won't. I will. You won't. Will.
So, today here, they went to the mall with their mother and they saw CDs and guitars. They entered the shop. Paul could buy the CD because he owns money, but Jamie couldn't buy the guitar because he didn't own money at all. Here suddenly a note dropped from Paul, and it was the 20 note which was for Jimmy. And he was ashamed of himself, and he told his brother that he wanted to borrow the money and turn them back. But Jimmy was so angry and the mother was so angry. Then he invited Tim to go to his house after school. So Tim wasn't the thief. The thief was his brother Paul. Now let's look to the questions again to be able to answer them. What was Jimmy angry and worried about? He was angry and worried about his missing money. What did Tim want to do after school? He wanted to go to Jimmy's house. Did Jimmy agree? No, he didn't. What fell out of Paul's pocket? Jimmy's £20 note. Who stole the money? Paul, the brother. Okay, please copy the answers in your notebooks and follow me. We will answer workbooks questions now. Open your workbooks, page 30. Open your workbooks, page 30, please. Page 30 is a revision for the passive and rearranging sentences to make passive sentences and using the correct adjectives with ing or with ed. So pay attention, please. Number 1, complete the sentences with the verbs in brackets. These toys of wood. لما السنتنس عندي بدأت في الأوبجكت أنا عرفت لحظتها إنه هاي جملة passive، بدأت في الأوبجكت so it is a passive of wood, and this is the main verb. The main verb is make. What is past participle verb of make is made. Toys with are. Toys because is a plural object, so we use are, and we use the following. These toys are made of wood. Number 2, the children to school by bus. هلا عندنا هون by bus موجود عندنا children. إذا the children is an object, not a subject. Because it is an object and it is a plural object, we use are. And verb 3 of take is taken. Milk. Milk is singular and takes is because it is uncountable. Sorry. When it is uncountable, we use is. With uncountable, we use is. Milk is sold in all the supermarkets. Sell is sold in past participle. Very often bridges. Bridges, plural with are. Build is verb 3, built. Across rivers. A lot of fruit. A lot of fruit is takes is. And verb 3 of grow is grown. This silk is used. So you note that uncountable use is. Okay, we use is with uncountable forms. للغير معدود بنستخدم is. fruit and silk هم uncountable أخذنا معهم is تبعت المفرد. is and verb 3. Verb 3 of grow is grown. Verb 3 of use is used. Bread also uncountable is. Sell is sold. The children are taught maths by Mr. Dawson. Now, rearrange these sentences. People is English by spoken many. على طول بس شفت باي عرفت إنها passive. لهيك أخذنا الأوبجكت اللي هو English. English is spoken by many people. Excellent the are teachers taught by children. The children are taught by excellent teachers. Next, are the donkeys pulled horses or by cars? The cars are pulled by horses or donkeys. The cars is the object and the suitable be is are, then verb 3 of pull and by horses or donkeys, which are the subjects in the sentence. Complete the sentences with the correct word in brackets. Chess is a very hobby. Interesting or interested? Interesting because it is we are describing chess, not describing our feeling towards chess. The divers were by strange fish. By the strange fish, fascinating or fascinated? Fascinated. The divers, because we are describing the feeling of the divers. The children were by the old film. The children were bored by the old film. The computer games were very exciting. We are describing the computer games, okay? But here we are describing the feeling of the children. The boys are very interested in football. We are not describing the football. When we describe football, we say interesting football, but we describe the feeling of the children or the boys, so we use interested. It was time for the party. The children were very exciting or excited. The children were excited because we are describing the feeling of the children. Okay, now open your workbooks on the next page. Please copy the answers. Now, this page is a homework on page 31 on your workbooks. It is a homework. We will speak on the Zoom session about these pictures. We will speak about these pictures, then write a paragraph after answering these questions. So, be ready. Prepare this page to speak and write in the Zoom session. Thank you for listening. your English teacher, Miss Amany Abu Rumi.